In the dimly lit corners of casinos across America, a revolution is brewing. It's not at the poker tables or the slot machines. No, this uprising is happening around a curious contraption known as the bubble craps machine. To the uninitiated, it might look like a giant fishbowl filled with dice. But to those in the know, it's a battlefield where fortunes are won and lost. Bubble craps is an electronic version of the classic dice game. It uses a sealed dome containing 2 dice, which are rolled by a blast of air. Players gather around, their eyes fixed on the transparent bubble. The anticipation is palpable. Will it be Big Red, a rock-hard 8, boxcars, Snake Eyes, Little Joe? The tension is enough to make your palms sweat and lesser men unexpectedly evacuate their bowels. But high-stakes bubble craps isn't just a game of chance. There are strategies, systems and superstitions at play here. And the masters of this game? They're not just players or YouTube sensations. They're legends. They draw crowds and inspire devotion amongst their followers. In the heart of Indianapolis, a legend walks among us. His name, Greg Uloho. To the casual observer, he might seem like any other man. He's royalty, a genuine Nigerian prince, but in the world of bubble craps, he's the greatest of all time. The GOAT, the undisputed king of the dome. When G enters the Horseshoe Casino, whispers ripple through the crowd. Eyes follow his every move, and you can't help but notice his trademark Uloho gold chain around his neck and sweet-ass rims on his rides. Greg didn't stumble into this position by accident. No, he clawed his way to the top through sheer determination and an almost supernatural ability to read the dome and dice. His journey began in the smoky backrooms of underground gambling dens. He honed his skills in the trenches, facing off against seasoned veterans and cocky upstart pit bosses alike. But it wasn't until he discovered YouTube that Greg's legend truly began to grow. His channel, ULOHOS Craps Crusade, quickly became a sensation. Viewers were drawn in by his charismatic personality and his seemingly impossible yet consistent wins. They then stayed for the strategy. The big dog's approach to bubble craps was unlike anything they'd seen before. He combined traditional techniques with his own innovative strategies, creating a unique style that left both fans and critics in awe. He spent countless hours addictively playing the game, analyzing possible outcomes, and perfecting his craft. His dedication to mastering the art of high-stakes bubble craps was unparalleled. And as his following grew, so did his influence. G became more than just a player. He became a mentor, a guide for aspiring gamblers, the people's champ, the GOAT. Through his videos, he shared his knowledge, teaching others the secrets of his success. And in doing so, he built a community, a loyal following that revered him not just as a gambler, but as a gambling inspiration. Greg's journey to becoming the greatest of all time of bubble craps is the stuff of legend. It's a tale of perseverance, skill, and a little bit of luck. But mostly it's a story of a man who refused to settle for mediocrity, who saw a game that others played for fun and turned it into an art form. Greg's ascent began a few years ago on YouTube. His first videos were rough, unpolished, but even then you could see the spark of genius and his passion for the game. He wasn't just playing bubble craps, he was reinventing it. His all-gas, no-brakes style caught the attention of casual players and seasoned gamblers alike. People couldn't believe what they were seeing. How could one man win so consistently? As Greg's channel grew, so did his influence, and he eventually quelled the doubters through his consistent, high-stakes wins achieved through remarkable rolls and intuitive power pressing, coupled with the ticket printer, occasionally forcing prints to keep the big dog's aggressive style in check. Greg isn't just content with playing the game for some action, he wants to print tickets and punish the casinos while rolling in style and educating the masses. G, the Indianapolis powerhouse, the big dog, the people's champ, the GOAT, a legend that will be remembered in the annals of gambling history. Hunter Killer 13, Las Vegas's conservative craps crusader. In the neon-lit jungle of Las Vegas, a different kind of bubble craps legend has emerged. Amidst the flashing lights and the constant hum of slot machines, one level-headed player stands out not for his flamboyance, but for his calculated approach and trademark "get through, get through" as the dice spin and tumble in the bubble. Known mainly by his online handle, HunterKiller13 has carved out a niche as the thinking man's high-stakes bubble craps player. His methods are meticulous, his strategies well thought out, and his demeanor calm and collected. His approach is the subtle antithesis of Greg Uloho's high-octane style. While the big dog thrives on adrenaline and risk, HunterKiller13 thrives on trend analysis, strategy, and calculated risks. As a live-table dice setter, he's naturally all about control, patience, and precision. Every move he makes is deliberate, every bet calculated. His journey into the world of bubble craps began as a hobby during his frequent trips to Vegas. He was initially drawn to the game by its complexity and the challenge it presented, and to this day, he doesn't have a single casino he considers his home field. But what started as a casual interest soon became a passion. The more he played, the more he wanted to understand the intricacies of the game. He spent hours studying the game, analyzing patterns, and developing his own unique strategy. He read books, watched videos, and consulted with other more experienced craps players to refine his approach. And slowly but surely, he started to win, consistently. His methodical approach paid off, and he began to see the fruits of his labor. A trend-based approach to bubble craps. HunterKiller13's strategy is all about trends. He doesn't simply believe in luck or hunches, though he recognizes their relevance since it is gambling. For him, bubble craps is a game of patterns and probabilities. His videos are filled with detailed explanations of his thought process. It's a far cry from the adrenaline-fueled approach of Greg Uloho, but for many players, it's a breath of fresh air. The core of HunterKiller13's strategy is what he calls playing the trends. Ladders, skiz-outs, the ATS, hop bets, they're all there. As he described on the Hawaii Crap Shooters podcast, he believes that dice rolls in bubble craps tend to follow certain patterns. By carefully observing these patterns, he can make educated guesses about what's likely to come next. It's not foolproof, of course, but over time, it's proven to be remarkably effective. One of the key elements of HunterKiller13's approach is also bankroll management. He's a firm believer in never risking more than you can afford to lose and always has a preset downside limit to losses prior to starting a session. The dynamic duo, HunterKiller13 and his wife. One of the most intriguing aspects of HunterKiller13's bubble craps journey is the involvement of his wife. Known to viewers only as Mrs. Hunterkiller, she's become an integral part of their YouTube channel and their playing strategy. Together, they form a formidable team, each complementing the other's strengths. Mrs. Hunterkiller isn't just a silent partner. She's an active participant in their high-stakes bubble craps sessions, often taking the lead in placing bets and making decisions. Her intuition and quick thinking provide a perfect counterbalance to her husband's more analytical and occasionally more aggressive approach. It's not uncommon to hear them engaged in open discussions at the table, debating their next move. It's not just about the game, it's about watching a couple work together towards a common goal. When it comes to bubble craps, HunterKiller13 and his wife are power players that meticulously plan their strategies, analyze the past trends, and constantly look for ways to improve. This level of commitment is one thing that sets them apart from other players. And it's not just about the wins. They celebrate their victories with genuine joy, but they also learn from their losses, always striving to get better. This journey of continuous improvement and mutual support is what makes their channel so captivating. It's a testament to their partnership, both on and off the table. In the end, it's clear that for HunterKiller13 and Mrs. Hunterkiller, bubble craps is more than just a game. It's a shared passion that brings them closer together, and their fans love being a part of that journey. Phoenix's Maverick. From the dust and scorching heat of Phoenix, Arizona's deserts, arises a developing star in the bubble craps firmament. Known to his followers as Dr. Options, this enigmatic figure is shaking up the game with his unorthodox approach at Hella River Lone Butte Resort and Casino. He's not content to follow in the footsteps of Greg Uloho or Hunter Killer 13. No, Dr. Options is blazing his own trail. He came to bubble craps from an unlikely background. A father to 4 sons, former molecular biologist and blackjack advantage player, he brings a unique perspective to the game. Doc views bubble craps not just as a form of gambling, but as a complex system of risk management coupled with trend analysis and advantage play. Dr. O's videos are peppered with geeky jargon, quirky angel number bets, and buzzwords like the skiz, flaccid rolls, rock hard 8, squirting, and discussions of making it gush. It's a far cry from the more polished content of his peers, as his play may even seem reckless and arbitrary to the uninitiated. The max bet approach on safe rolls. At the heart of his strategy is what Doc refers to as "we're going in" or juicing the bets on safe rolls. It's a concept that has sent shockwaves through the bubble craps community. The basic premise is simple. Identify rolls that have a higher probability of winning and bet the maximum amount allowed by the machine on these rolls. However, the execution is anything but simple, as lesser men have faltered under the pressure of going in on a $2,500 bet on a single roll of the dice. Dr. Options admittedly has not yet developed a complex algorithm to identify these safe rolls. It's presently basically intuition, trend assessment, and banging away at the bubble craps machines for countless hours to identify potential trends. He considers factors such as recent roll history, table trends, and even the specific quirks of individual bubble craps machines to determine the optimal time to place a max bet. Amazingly, it's also all done in real time as he's playing. It's a level of analysis that goes far beyond what most players would willingly engage. Additionally, fitting of his science background, Doc's known for the extensive historical roll and winnings data he transparently includes in his videos and YouTube posts. It's also worth noting that the max bet approach isn't just about identifying the opportune time for a safe bet. It's also about having the intestinal and testicular fortitude to juice the bets when the opportunity arises, and then accepting the outcome to help improve future results. So far, Dr. Options' colon and cojones seem to have remained intact, as he's presently performed over 265 rolls in the Max Bet Challenge, with winnings exceeding $59,000. The future of bubble craps. As we wrap up our exploration of this Legends of High-Stakes Bubble Craps documentary, it's clear that the game is evolving at a rapid pace. New strategies are being developed, and players are constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible. From the conservative approaches of Vegas's Craps Crusaders to the daring bets of Phoenix's Desert Dice Maverick and Indianapolis's People's Champ, the diversity in play styles is astounding. But what does the future hold for bubble craps? With advancements in technology and data analysis, we can expect even more sophisticated strategies to emerge. Players like Hunter Killer 13 and Dr. Options are already paving the way with their trend-based approaches and intuitive betting systems. As more data becomes available and machine learning algorithms are refined, the potential for optimizing bubble craps strategies are evolving. Moreover, the community itself is growing. Online forums, social media groups, and even dedicated bubble craps and stadium-style tournaments are starting to spring up. This increased connectivity allows players to share insights, learn from each other, and collectively elevate the game to new heights. So whether you're a seasoned veteran or a curious newcomer, the world of bubble craps offers endless opportunities for excitement and innovation. The game is more than just a roll of the dice. It's a complex, ever-evolving puzzle that challenges the mind and thrills the heart, while challenging the testicular fortitude of even the most seasoned gamblers and craps veterans. I hope you enjoyed this light-hearted Legends of High-Stakes Bubble Craps documentary. Please like and subscribe for more exciting content. Doc out.